This is Angela with Danceable Thoughts, and this is the Morning Rev. Time to rev you up, get you ready for your day, lead you to a revelation or two that will help you recognize the world around you and find the very best ways to interact with it. So that's a little different than my morning intro because I'm going to talk to you about something that popped into my head. Most recently, there was a story that said, the people taking selfies at the great landmarks and, iconic venues of the world, they're spoiling it for everybody else. Well, I get that, and I'm not going to get onto you too much about taking your selfies, but I'm going to give you this thought. How do you affect the view of others? Well, let's take, for example, someone like me. I'm a little bit vertically challenged. I have dealt with the super tall person sitting in front of me at the theater, and whichever way they lean, I have to conversely lean the opposite way, or I get, in a situation where there's tall people all around me and I can't see. So there's physically affecting the people's view around you, and I think sometimes we aren't nearly as conscientious of that. But I also want to think about the verbal things that you do that affect people's views. I have been in situations just like you where I'm thinking, wow, they're really handling this poorly, or I wouldn't have said it that way, or I would not have done it that way. Well, you have a choice. When you express your opinion and your view, of course it's valid, but is it an appropriate time to state it out to the audience around you? Because anyone who's in your general vicinity, when you speak out your views, they're going to hear it. You're going to affect their view. You're going to affect their opinion of the situation, and they may be receiving the situation a little bit differently than you. It isn't always a bad thing to affect the people's view around you. In fact, we want to do that in a positive way. But I just thought I'd put that in your head, just like those people who are taking the selfies, and while they're getting the best imagery of something, maybe you aren't. I want you to carefully guard the words that you choose to speak out, or maybe be a little more conscientious of when you choose to speak it out and to whom you decide to speak it out, because you're a very powerful human in the world. And when you say something and when you do something, you affect the view of others. Think about it.